what?
A Bradbury fan?
I've never actually read it.
The Illustrated Man?
I have, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Brian.
Yes.
What were your main inspirations for this film?
Actually, all the stories are based off of urban legends, believe it or not. Susie's story, which was the first one, is based off of the dead college roommate urban tale. And that one, I just basically, I took these urban legends, I kind of put my own spin on them. So in that one, that first one, you know, it ends up being some homicidal maniac who kills the roommate and then kills, you know, the theater person. In this one, I wanted to make it the split personality. With the second story, that one is another urban legend of the, it's basically a mysterious stranger. It's kind of a cautionary tale. You know, if you pick up women at bars, that type of thing, this is what will happen to you. So that one, again, I put my own spin on it and kind of wanted to add the vampire thing to it. I hate Twilight, so I had to do it right. But yes, any questions?
How long did it take, once you had the script read, how long did it take, like, the production and the finish?
I wrote the script in May, and then we started production basically for 3 months. So it was June, July, and August. And at August, I started to go ahead and do the edit of it. I was involved in that Washington Boulevard flood. Do you remember that?
Yes.
That kind of disabled my vehicle, so I really wasn't able to go ahead and edit on it for about a good 2 months. Picked up working on it again in October, because this was actually a thesis film for Chatham University. This is what got me graduated. So, but yeah, I finished it up around December.
Another question.
Another question.
For Johnny Daggers. Can
Johnny
you
Daggers.
relate to Fritz in any kind of way?
This is where you answer.
Right. Well, yeah.
Let's give him a chance to think.
Is Fritz a part of your persona, or are you just...
The part was written for me.
Yes.
It was
So,
written. It was
it
written for
was
you.
specifically written for me.
Uh-huh.
So, in essence, you can say that
Yeah.
Fritz is Johnny Daggers.
Yeah. I mean,
I mean, if I were
yeah.
to take off my jacket right now,
Fritz really is Johnny Daggers. That's really it. I mean, I wanted to.
He's not the devil.
He's not the devil,
the devil.
but
From the fruit.
well, I mean, really.
Well, he certainly ain't no angel.
I picked Johnny to be the storyteller because I knew that I wanted, you know, a visual representation of the time. And Johnny is covered in tattoos, so he physically is a tablet of tales, and that's why I wanted.
Ah, the
like
Illustrated
that.
Man.
The
That's
Illustrated
what I was
Man.
saying, the
Yes.
Illustrated.
and I have crazy eyes.
And he has crazy eyes.
Oh, don't we know it?
He has crazy eyes.
Killer eyes.
Killer eyes.
Okay, are you guys working on anything new?
Necrology. Yeah. Well, Necrology is the first feature-length film that we're doing, like actually full-length feature.
Right.
It's a combination of 4 filmmakers: myself, Johnny Daggers, Jason Swinchock, and Mikey Maggot. And
Woo!
yeah, woo. And that we're going to start rolling out in late spring, summer.
Late spring, probably.
Late spring.
I think Swinchock wants to start on his a little earlier.
Yeah.
I'll probably start. We're anxious to start. My segment's called My Dark Place Alone. That'll probably start mid-spring,
Right.
I would imagine.
Right.
So
Mine is going to be based on the dangers of online dating. It doesn't end well. But
Never does, never does.
Personal stories from that.
No, it's just imagine the worst thing that can happen to a person through online dating and put that to the nth degree, and that's where I'm at. So that's my segment, and that's going to be probably started in summer.
So,
I really can't tell
So,
you
Brian,
much.
this is your next focus
Yes.
for your next film?
Yes,
Okay.
Necrology is the next one down the pipe.
Okay.
But this one is tablet actually. So far, submitted to roughly around 6 different festivals. This was invited to be submitted to the Scottish International Horror Film Festival
Cool.
in
When we go to
Edinburgh.
Scotland?
I don't know. Someone gives me money.
You have come with you.
Yeah, yeah.
Bring me back a banshee.
So that's kind of cool. I'm hoping that this gets into at least one of the 6 that I submitted to, and we're going to be at Horror
You
Realm.
submitted to how many?
6.
6, okay.
6. The biggest one, aside from the Scottish one, is Erie Horror Film Festival.
Mm.
So that's the one I made my kid move to.
Well, we're definitely going to
Yes,
that
we're going
one.
to Erie.
How do you feel about that, Davis?
Yeah, I'm fine.
We're totally going to that
Hit 'em
one.
all.
We're hitting
Uh-huh.
and then, as I mentioned before, we're going to be at Horror Realm in March, pimping all of Dagger Vision and Inertia Globus films. So, including Tablet Tales, which, if you like it, you can buy it.
Yes.
With a bunch of
With
deluxe
a bunch
features,
of deluxe features,
director's
like
commentary,
Yeah.
behind the scenes.
yeah,
Totally buying it.
behind the scenes and all the audition reels.
Oh, awesome.
So like you get
I
to
didn't
see
know that.
awkward, yes,
Me doing
I didn't know
ADR.
that.
him
That's
doing
awesome.
ADR. So
Yeah.
it's a jam packed thing.
Are you
And
going to do the director's commentary?
oh yeah,
Oh, you already did.
I already did that. You were there.
Yeah, you filmed that?
You filmed that.
Hello?
I was drunk.
It's okay. But yeah, that's the. So if you like it, and that money actually goes to supporting us working on necrology. So it's not like I'm putting it in my pocket. It's actually
Just
going to the
goes
next.
back into more art.
Absolutely.
It'll be ready
Which
for horror round.
necrology, we can
Oh, yeah.
honestly say,
It'll be ready for horror round.
will be quite, it'll be, I think, quite disturbing for some people
Yes.
to watch and be able to sit through.
Yeah.
This tablet is more subtle.
It's a
Or you kind of
catalyst.
saw that it was not really gory except for a few scenes, but the next one coming is pretty extreme.
Why is it called necrology?
You know that when you came. I can't answer that one.
Well, it's about very disturbing relationships. That's all. I'll leave it at that. I don't want to give too much away before the films actually come out, but some of it revolves around loving the dead.
Loving the Dead.
And when I was thinking of a title for it, a lot of it, I was thinking of, okay, well, this is going to be. At first, it was going to be an anthology, and then
Yep.
I decided to bring. Well, you were obviously the first one of mine, and then Swinchock, and then we brought aboard Mikey Maggot,
Right.
so it was going to be 4 films, and we were just going through everything that was like necrology. Just has this really nice ring to it. With when you see it, you will realize how disturbing and.
I mean, we at least really want to think out of it as, we automatically go back to Creepshow.
That's
You know,
where
you've
Brian
got
and I.
Stephen King and George
Mhm.
Romero, both
So-
are different styles, and they're coming in, they're making these, the awesome segments that still hold up today, even after what, 30 years? 30 some odd years. And so we figured, there's a lot of talent here in Pittsburgh, and, especially in the horror scene, and why not combine all that
Well,
into
you-
one gigantor?
Exactly. That was my focus with necrology, was that we are such a talented art community that there's no reason for us as artists to fight against one another and have egos and say, well, I'm better than this particular artist or that. Let's just all work together and form collectively, which is how Dagger Vision started initially.
Damn
And
right.
when we were doing necrology. Initially, it started out, I was going to do another feature-length film myself, and then I thought, well, you know what, I wanted to bring you aboard. And Dagger Vision merged with Inertia Global, and then I wanted to bring Mikey aboard. So we're just really just a collective community of artists that are trying to make some great films happen, and putting, well, actually amongst the crew, there's no egos, and we're just here for art, and that's why we're doing what we're doing next. So
Any other questions?
How much did it cost to make Tablet?
700 out of my own pocket. And then most of that went towards, unfortunately I had, crew members and actors that were really cool about taking just, food, credit, and that type of thing. And most of the money went towards that. The cost of, feeding the actors, taking them out to lunch, that type of thing. Props. Although most of the props, the biggest expense out of it was the razor blade. Which was the most.
Which is actually in our possession now.
Yes, they have it now.
You mean it
But,
wasn't that cool last effect where they were burning in hell?
I did actually all the visual effects on
how many layers?
it.
You told me at one point it was.
I think it was close to 60.
I was
60
thinking
layers.
70 some.
No, it wasn't 70. It was around 60. some layers. And I mean, honestly, that was inspired by one of my favorite horror films, Nightmare on Elm Street 2. The one dream sequence where all the rocks fall out from underneath them.
With the bus?
Yes, the bus.
Yes, bus.
And I'm like, my version of hell is kind of like Dante's
Yes.
Inferno, but you know,
Yes,
imagine
love
just
that.
the building just suspended
Love
on
that.
stone.
I love these guys' warped and twisted minds.
Yes.
So,
Oh, yeah, there was Scott.
That's Scott there.
Love you.
So any other questions?
Mm.